Yeah, I've been meaning to come watch this anyway, so this is how I'm starting to stream off today. Louisiana cops killed his grandmother after she told he killed 4 men and escaped jail. Well done. Prison break in real life. I got some weed in my bed. Hit the 100 likes, man. We need 100 likes on this. Man, it's prison break in real life. I think it was like 8 of them got up out of there. I think everybody got caught now too, except for this last dude.
The family feels.
All of those suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous.
Sheesh. How they get armed already?
Boy,
and I'm about to go with a 2.
yeah.
Get up with me.
Alright.
You fresh out, huh?
Fresh out of jail. Stop playing.
What? Yeah.
These niggas was stupid. I ain't gonna lie.
We didn't know what was gonna happen.
Wednesday, Jamar Robinson's family celebrated his birthday.
Love you, miss you.
2 days later, they were in hiding after finding out that the man convicted of his murder had escaped from prison.
Oh shit. Oh.
Just get all our family members out of the
Motherfuckers went in hiding.
city. We had to get everyone out of the city. Didn't know what way we was going. Where we was going. Crying, devastated.
2 of Robinson's family members spoke with us over the phone. They asked not to be named for their safety.
The news, I see the boys pulling on the door. Like,
Wow.
this prison was just recently built. And you mean to tell me the doors was that easy to pull apart?
Family, I had to know I was going to give y'all the story about the inmates who broke out just 72 hours ago, right? And during that time, I was taking a mental break myself. But I was keeping up what was going on, and rest assured, you knew I was going to bring it to you guys' attention. I'm just at all how we so used to this type of behavior that now on social media, it's a sports bet going on the last person.
Bro, niggas got sports betted on this shit. I think everybody got caught now except for Derek, the one who this shit is about too. Wow. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that family gotta get low. Somebody go. Yeah.
Who's going to be apprehended. Now, one of the last people who's still free is a man who some would say not to be F with. A man who accused.
What? Yo, imagine being free though for the little time you free. He probably on some hitman shit right now. Pay me whatever, I'm smoking whatever. Yeah. Pay me, I'm smoking whatever. I already got life. I'm already cooked. Yeah, pay me, I'm smoking whatever. I need my commissary lit. I need, 10 a hat, nigga.
Was killing 4 people, just so happens to break out just 2 days after one of his victims' birthday. And as I went over his case before bringing it to you guys' attention, I gotta be real. This man managed to escape life in jail twice, which we'll later discuss. And on the 3rd time, he took a plea, and less than 2 months before his sentence. After the state been trying to fight against this man for almost a decade, he managed to escape prison. Now, while everybody making sports bets, you got real life victims, families who's fearing for their life, who don't know what to do. As this
Damn, that's crazy because everybody making a joke of this shit, and there's people really petrified right now. I think I might come through and smoke some shit.
suspect walked the streets free. Today we're going to go in chronological order who got caught. Briefly talk about their charges, but I want to go over the charges of one man in full detail. A man accused of 4 bodies, and a managed to escape jail just 2 months before being sentenced. I even saw one dude get caught after going on social media with his homie, drinking some apple juice, saying fresh out, like he ain't just break out. Not to mention, as the reward creeps up to $20,000, a $10,000 reward was given to a man who found one of the inmates just sleeping at the bus stop. He tapped him on his shoulder as he recorded before calling 911. Today I briefly show you each scenario, but before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure...
Man, that was the easiest 10K a nigga ever made. You a rat though. You fake ratted the nigga out, but shit. Nigga ran this, like, what did you run for, bro? You didn't have nowhere to go. Like, you sleeping on the bus. What the fuck did he run for? You could have stayed your ass in there. You could have had a bed at least. Fuck, nigga.
So you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. A manhunt for inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail by fleeing through a hole behind a toilet enter its 5th day on Tuesday. As officials increased the reward for the capture of the fugitives, 6 of the 10 remain at large as of Tuesday morning.
These stunning images from inside a New Orleans jail cell where 10 inmates, some charged with murder, escaped, sparking an urgent citywide manhunt. The toilet dislodged from a cell wall, exposing an opening. Scrawled on the wall above, "We in."
It's crazy. New Orleans, one of the most dangerous cities in America.
And too easy, with an arrow toward the hole where they escaped, out of view of the officer on duty. Authorities say it happened just after midnight when the inmates broke a lock on a cell door.
Earlier today, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office discovered that multiple incarcerated individuals escaped from custody. What we know right now is that during a routine head count at 8:30 this morning, it was determined that several detainees were unaccounted for.
8-hour head start? And niggas got caught up still in New Orleans. Nigga was out on live and shit. And niggas out the cell. They don't even know he missing yet. He on live drinking apple juice. Nigga, I'd have been at the Greyhound, nigga. I'd have went and got some bread. Greyhound. I'm out of New Orleans.
Immediately upon discovery, OPSO activated emergency protocols and launched a coordinated response to locate.
My ass would have been at Mexico, nigga. Yeah, I ain't trying to put all these niggas anyway. I'd have been, como está?
And return these individuals to custody.
That had breached or escaped our custody. Those individuals right now were named. So 1 through 11, Antoine Massey, Linton Van Buren, Jermaine Donald, Leo Tate, Kendall Miles, Derek Groves, Corey.
Damn, Derek, young as hell.
Kendall Miles,
Derek Groves, young as hell. 9'7". Little nigga bugging. He look old as shit in this mugshot.
Groves,
not that one.
Corey Boyd, Gary Price,
2004.
Robert Moody,
2003.
DeCannon Dennis,
2001.
and Keith Lewis. All of those suspects, DeCannon Dennis, and
this nigga right here, 35. And he got my birthday. What the fuck? Lewis! He got the same birthday as me. That nigga is washed. Oh my God, he 35. That nigga is washed.
Keith Lewis. All of those suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous.
Fast forward Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, a New Orleans Parish maintenance worker was arrested on Monday on allegations he helped facilitate the escape of 10 inmates from the Orleans Justice Center last Friday. Sterling Williams, 33 years old, was booked on 10 counts of principal to simple escape and 1 count of misconduct. Sources say Williams is a maintenance worker who turned off the water to the cells where the inmates escaped. Williams claimed one of the inmates, Antonio Massey, threatened to shake him if he didn't turn off the water, according to sources. As you just saw, security
nigga threatened him, nigga some poke you, nigga. Turn that shit off.
Threatened to shake him if he didn't turn off the water, according to sources. As you just saw, security footage shows the inmates escaped through the hole behind a toilet, broke through a wall, and exit through a supply dock. 3 cameras in the unit were reportedly turned off. OPSO has admitted the escape was aided by defective locks and possible internal assistance. Now, the men range from 19 years old to 42 and face a variety of charges, including aggravated assault, domestic abuse, battery, and murder. New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Annie Kirkpatrick warned that the fugitives are dangerous in the news conference on Friday, but also urged the public not to panic. Now, before we go over the order on everyone arrested, I want to briefly go over everybody's criminal history, or at least why they was arrested. Gary Price, 21 years old, charged with attempt first-degree murder, domestic abuse, and aggravated assault. Gary was the 4th of the 10 inmates who was captured after he was seen on the neighboring Ring doorbell camera going into an abandoned home.
These niggas have nowhere to go. What did they run for? Niggas just wanted to get out of jail. Niggas have no plan. No plan. You walking into an abandoned house, nigga? Like, niggas ain't have no plan. God, it's shit hard out here.
26 years old. He was arrested in 2021 for second-degree murder and robbery.
Yeah.
Van Buren was still awaiting a trial date. The incident happened on November 29th on the 9700 block of Chief Highway. The victim was identified as Ariel Brown, 34 years old. Next is Antonio Massey. He 32 years old. That's the one the maintenance worker said threatened him with a shank. He was arrested for DA involving strangulation and theft of a vehicle. Massey has a history of refused DA charges. The next suspect is Leo Tate. Now Tate just 31 years old. He was facing second-degree murder charges and attempt second-degree murder charges in connecting with the 2018 shooting in which a 19-year-old woman was killed and a 16-year-old was sent to the hospital. You see, he accepted a plea deal in 2018 and the murder-related charges were dismissed, but he was convicted of obstruction of justice and was sentenced to 10 years. The next is Corey Boyd, 20 years old. He was arrested back in May of 2024 and faces charges of second-degree murder, attempt second-degree murder, obstruction of justice, and threatening a law enforcement officer. Boyd was among 3 people who were charged in the death of a man who caught the group burglarizing cars. Next is the oldest out the group, 42-year-old Jermaine Donald. He'd been charged with second-degree murder, aggravated battery, and possession of a firearm. Now, Kendall Miles, he's 20 years old. Miles was among the escapees, but was captured by the Louisiana State Police. Miles is facing charges of attention to conceal a weapon, introducing contraband into a prison, and possession of contraband.
You should have stayed in.
Miles previously escaped the Bridge City Center for Youth and was accused of robbing and carjacking a man in New Orleans in 2022. He was indicted on attempt murder and carjacking charges. Police said at the same time of Miles' arrest, he shot the carjacking victim twice before taking his vehicle. Now the next inmate was Robert Moody. Moody, 21 years old, had been booked into the jail on weapons and drug charges. He was also charged with obscenity in July 2024, but he pled not guilty to all charges. Moody was captured on the 3500 block of 2nd Street with the help of a Crime Stoppers tip and is back in custody. Next is DeCannon Dennis, 24 years old, facing illegal weapon charges, extortion, kidnapping, armed robbery, and theft charges. He was apprehended on Dale Street. Now last but not least, some would say would be considered the most dangerous person on this list, which is hard to believe. Derrick Groves, 27 years old, was convicted in October 2024 in connection with the killing of 2 people during Mardi Gras in 2018. But before we go over those charges and how he just now took a plea in 2024, I want to talk about Derrick's grandmother. His grandmother's name was Kim Marie Groves. In October of 1994, a man named Davis, a New Orleans police officer, targeted Groves because she filed a complaint against Davis with the Internal Affairs Division of the New Orleans Police Department, alleging that he engaged in police brutality. Davis had a relationship with Hardy, a New Orleans drug dealer, in which Davis exchanged police protection for favors. Davis recruited Hardy and Hardy associate, causing to kill Groves. Davis and Hardy planned the murder and subsequent cover-up. Hardy was the trigger man who killed Groves. And how we know all this? Because his partner later testified against him in cooperation with the state for a lesser charge. You see, families for a victim identified as Jamar Robinson and Brian Jackson, as well as the New Orleans community, was excited after a unanimous and powerful verdict on a Friday, October 18, 2024, in the case of Derrick Groves. Groves was found guilty on all counts, 2 charges of second-degree murder and 2 charges of attempt second-degree murder. The conviction stems from the tragic events of Mardi Gras Day in 2018, when what should have been a day of celebration turned into one of unimaginable loss. The shooting claimed the lives of Jamar Robinson and Brian Jackson, while leaving the 2 other victims physically and emotionally scarred. The case garnered widespread attention, not only because of the horrific nature of the crime, but also due to the numerous trial attempts required to achieve the conviction. Initially, Groves was convicted in 2019, alongside his co-defendant Kendall Barnes. However, the passage of a new law required unanimous jury verdicts for felony cases permitted a retrial in January of 2023. A mistrial was declared after the one of 12 jurors inappropriately read media accounts of the case, and a subsequent trial in June 2023 ended with the deadlocked jury. The evidence against Groves was overwhelming. The prosecution, led by Assistant District Attorney Forrest Lled and Zachary Creel, presented a compelling case.
So them niggas had to throw this shit out because niggas started looking him up and seeing the shit he did. What they were saying, like, oh man, this is nasty.
Led by Assistant District Attorney Forrest Lled and Zachary Creel, presented a compelling
trials.
case. 3 eyewitnesses curiously testified, identifying Groves and his co-defendant as the gunman. Cell phone records further dismantled Groves' alibi. placing him at the scene of the crime while ballistics testing confirmed use of an AK-47 during the attack of what should have been a joyous Mardi Gras family gathering. In July, he was set to be sentenced, and in return, he escaped jail just 2 months prior, leaving the family of the victims in fear for their lives.
Years in the making, a man accused of killing 4 people, 2 on Mardi Gras Day back in 2018. He was found guilty on several charges, including second-degree murder.
WDSU reporter Ariel Brumfield joins us live from the DA's office with how this verdict is impacting the families involved. Ariel?
Well, you guys, this guy has hurt a lot of people, and it's been several years at this point. Investigators in this case says that Derek Groves, he is going away for a very long time.
FBI Homicide Unit Chief.
A guilty verdict now landed 6 years in the making. Derek Groves, a man accused of killing 2 people Mardi Gras Day in 2018 and injuring several others, pled guilty on Wednesday to several charges.
A jury returned a unanimous and powerful verdict in the case of Derek Groves. Now, Groves was found guilty on all counts, 2 counts of second-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder.
Investigators say Groves opened fire on a house party on St. Claude with AK-47 rifles, killing Jamar Robinson and Byron Jackson. 3 eyewitnesses and cell phone records helped dismantle Groves' alibi. In the trial, District Attorney Jason Williams says was nothing short of complications for the prosecutors and the victims' families.
The weight of their grief has been immense and a constant companion through every hearing daily, every delay, every setback. And while no court decision can bring back their loved ones or fully heal their wounds, this verdict provides a measure of justice.
But we learned Thursday justice is being served once again. 2 other victims Groves is accused of killing, Tyrone Francis and Woodrow Smith.
Derek Groves is a heinous criminal who rained terror down in the lower Ninth Ward for well over a decade. And that reign of terror has been ended. In fact, today, Derek Groves pled to 2 more murder cases.
Groves pled guilty to 2 counts of manslaughter and 2 counts of second-degree murder.
Wow. He's cooked.
And we're told Groves will be serving his sentences consecutively.
No one told tell us anything. You know, we had to leave work. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Wednesday, Jamar Robinson's family celebrated his birthday.
Love you, miss you.
2 days later, they were in hiding after finding out that the man convicted of his murder had escaped from prison.
He look mad old right there. That nigga 27.
Out of the city. We had to get everyone out of the city. Didn't know what way we was going. Where we was going. Crying, devastated. 2
of Robinson's family members spoke with us over the phone. They asked not to be named for their safety. Robinson and another man, Byron Jackson, were shot and killed on Mardi Gras in 2018. Derek Groves was arrested for their murders. Late Friday morning, someone they knew called the family and told them that a group of inmates had broken out of Orleans Justice Center. Groves was one of them.
No one notified us. No one tell us anything. You know, we had to leave work. We didn't.
No one ain't tell them shit, nigga. They could have just been at the light, like, not thinking nothing. He pull up. I doubt he probably, if he is looking for somebody to kill, he probably looking for who told on him. Whoever told on him, shit like that. I doubt he going to look for their family. But you never know. Shit, I don't know what he killing people for. So this shit could be real. He probably gonna look for that nigga mom.
You know what was gonna happen. We didn't know how Derek Groves felt like with this process of us. You know, either he was coming for us. We didn't know.
They say they went to a nearby police station and 2 officers escorted them home. They grabbed what they could, got the family's young kids, including Robinson's son, from school. Then they left. By that time, Groves had been out for hours.
We just didn't know what to do at that point. And I'm so angry with the Orleans Parish Prison because it's like, when I look at the news, I see the boys pulling on the door. Like, this prison was just recently built. And you mean to tell me the doors was that easy to pull apart?
Groves was convicted of killing Robinson and Jackson in 2019. But the jury wasn't unanimous, and a Supreme Court ruling ended up throwing out the verdict because of it. The next trial in 2023 was declared a mistrial. The next one, later that year, ended with a deadlocked jury. Then, finally, in October of last year, Groves was convicted again. His sentencing was set for July.
It's just crazy. It's like a soul that's not being healed. Because every time we move on from this, something come up.
Now, with Groves on the run, Robinson's family is trying to figure out what to do about their jobs and the kids' school. They're planning to stay hidden while they wait for justice again.
And so we're clear. There's a lot of false rumors going around. 6 of the 10 inmates as of Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, is still at large. Derrick Groves, Antonio Massey, Linton Van Buren, Jermaine Donald, Corey Boyd, and Leo Tate. I hope we was able to break this down to a T.
There's only one left now, though, and it's the nigga they looking for. It's this nigga. He the only one left. That's the crazy shit. He's like the main one talked about in this documentary, and he's the last one. He ain't even... I ain't look on my phone in the last hour or two. It's May 21st now. 5 o'clock, nigga. That nigga still ain't get caught. He's a problem. He probably long gone.
Without it being too overwhelming. Fam, let me know how you guys feel about this one. This was the story of inmates who was able to break out of jail with the help of a custodian worker. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Shit. Damn. Hey, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I can't say it. I'm thinking.